Alright, today I'm going to give you a very short demonstration on knurling on the lathe. The type of knurling tool we're going to be using is the scissor type. There are various types of knurling tool. The scissor type exerts a very low pressure on the headstock and is quite good for the beginner. Knurling is very simple, but there are a couple of pitfalls, and hopefully this video will help to avoid falling into those. First thing to note is that the diameter of the material that's to be knurled has to be a multiple of the thread pitch of the tool, the cutting tool. For example, this one's a 1mm pitch on the thread that cuts the knurl, so this has to be a multiple of that. So I'm going to cut a piece that's 9mm in diameter and should give a nice even knurl. One thing about knurling is you have to be able to see all around the piece that you're working on so that you can position the knurl correctly. And if, like me, you have limited space and your lathe is mounted on a bench where it's difficult to see behind, it's obviously very dangerous to be leaning over the lathe. So I've mounted Tool's Eye View in the tailstock, just in a chuck, so that I can get a good view of the positioning of the knurling tool. And on the screen there you can see a good view of the material you're going to be working on. There we are then. I've just brought the material down to size and I've put a small channel in it using the parting off tool, just so I know where the knurling ends. This is where a good view of your work is important, so Tool's Eye View comes into its own here. Position the wheels of the knurler above and below the material and try and get them as central as possible. Using Tool's Eye View, of course, this is dead easy. Just bring up one of the vertical lines and enlarge it so that you can see exactly where the centre of the material is. Position it on the centre. There's no requirement for calibration, you just pop a line straight on there and you can visually see that it's centred. Very slow speed. My lathe set to about 150 RPM or thereabouts. On top of the knurling tool there's a knob to increase the depth of the knurl. You just want to adjust that down until the wheels of the knurling tool begin to turn. I've moved Tool's Eye View so hopefully you can see what's going on there. You can see the wheels of the knurling tool both rotating and forming a pattern the same as a thread cutter does. And what we'll do is we'll move that along the length of the material to cut a shallow thread very, very slowly so that it follows the pattern as it goes, and then bring it back, increase the depth slightly and repeat the process. Again very slowly so that to maintain a good clear pattern and not cut into fresh material. Adjusting the depth down. That's finished. Run the knurling tool back out. And there we have it. Nice deep diamond knurled piece of aluminium. A couple of points I forgot to mention. Put a bit of cutting oil on the tool before you start, and make sure you clean it thoroughly afterwards, particularly if you're cutting soft material like aluminium. The cutting surface can become clogged and that will affect your knurl if you cut without cleaning it first.